Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what today is? Today is Tuesday. And do you know what that means? Tacos. It means Taco Tuesday. But you know what that also means? It's update day. Now, the last update we got in Fortnite was the horrific crash pad update, where they only unvaulted crash pads and you know, that was about it. The update was so anticipated for these planes. They have the runways across the map. There was leaked files about challenges to do with them. And as soon as the update started, bam! Literally only crash pads were unvaulted. The update was so bad, not even map changes were made. Also, they chose crash pads to unvault. They were literally just vaulted like a month ago for the summer update. And then they brought them back for, you know, whatever reason. So everybody was hoping for this update that Fortnite can redeem themselves from probably the worst Fortnite update I've ever seen. Around a bit before the update came out, there were leaked files about 3 new skins coming to the item shop a little bit before the update started. So there would be like another secret item shop besides like the full 24 hours like it usually is. And that 3 skins would be coming to the item shop and it was going to be a collab, obviously. So ever since Fortnite has started, there was this POI added called Grim Gables. It was basically this haunted house kind of theme POI, which is really nice for Fortnite because haunted houses are really popular in Halloween. It had the whole cornfield, the graveyard, the spooky garage, it had it all. And then the boss was added in the basement where there was like this weird ritual thing that you could fall to the floor and it like activated it, and the Inquisitor would spawn with his rocket launcher and mythic SMG. Now, when this POI came, a lot of people were comparing it to the Krill house from Stranger Things. Personally, I didn't really see the similarities. I mean, it's a haunted house. A haunted house is a haunted house. There's not really much you can do with it. But then more teasers started to come in that convinced me more. People were saying that they found a grandfather clock inside the house that had strong resemblance to the grandfather clock in the series. And not only was it that, but that the actual numbers on the clock were upside down. This was a straight teaser to Stranger Things. But a couple days later, players noticed a secret hidden room that was blocked off from the house completely. This room was completely upside down. It was clear this house was packed with Stranger Things teasers, and you know, maybe the skins would come back to the game finally. So a little whiles later, the creative lobby was updated to look exactly like Hawkins from the Upside Down. It had the whole red sky, the roots coming out of the ground, the vines, it had everything, and this was a straight shot to a Stranger Things collab coming back to the game. It even had the whole alphabet on the wall with the lights. So when this news came out, I feel like it was pretty clear that the new collab update for Fortnite is Star Wars. It's a Star Wars collab. So there's been another Star Wars collab to the game. Listen, I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I don't hate it. It's pretty cool. But didn't we just have a Star Wars collab last season? With the whole Darth Vader thing coming to the island. Didn't we have another Star Wars collab the season before that? Now, back at the end of season 2, in the whole live event, they actually teased Luke Skywalker in the whole bubble thingamajig. But it ended up being Darth Vader that was added in season 3. But in this update, not only did we get Luke Skywalker, but we also got Han Solo and Leia. Now, personally, I find this update a little bit disappointing because there was like no references to Star Wars coming to the game for like months. So along with the Star Wars update, the ass blasters were unvaulted and also the lightsabers. If you're wondering why I'm calling them ass blasters, it's because they're ass. They hit like 1 out of 5 times that you shoot them. Their range is horrible, and they do 30 damage. They're pretty common, they have infinite ammo. They're just really not that good. they're a cool collab item. That's pretty much it. We also got Darth Vader back on the island with his mythic lightsaber that literally nobody used last season. Now, I do think it's cool to have like all of the Star Wars back in the game. But enough with Star Wars, because that's not the only thing in this update. There's plenty more to come. Now, if you have the Battle Pass, I'll happy to tell you that the Herald is now obtainable. And also her extra styles were released, which is just one of them. And it's like this, well, burning kind of style. It has the rest of her stuff, obviously. And there's this emote here, which I think is pretty cool because you can use it with anybody, and it's, you know, kind of cool thing. Now, this thing that my character is holding is the little bubble that she was looking through in her actual POI. I also got this cool wrap here, which I will be using. This is pretty sick. And then finally, we got this loading screen, which is pretty damn cool. I mean, it's very similar to other ones with the whole chrome and the style of it, but, you know, I'd say she looks, you know, way cooler than she does actually in game. But you know, that's what loading screens are supposed to do. You can now do her quests here. On top of the end of Fortnite Mares, we were all wondering where this Chrome Punk skin was because it was leaked that there was going to be this free skin with the free loading screen and BACKBLING, but Fortnite Mares ended and it never came, but now it finally came to the game after Fortnite Mares. I really don't know why they waited. Maybe there was a problem with it or something. But that's right, you can get this entire set completely for free. You just have to gain 50 account levels. Now, it's a lot, but hear me out. You got 8 weeks to do it. We also got, you know, the Star Wars quest that we get every time Star Wars comes back to the game. You know, you don't actually get anything for it besides experience. That's just it. Honestly, you'll probably end up doing these quests without even realizing them. But something completely absurd that nobody expected was just one last Rick and Morty collab for this season. And you can actually get the Pickle Rick BACKBLING that everybody wanted. This, I think, is just like a spoof thing. I enjoy this. This is cool. You got a week to complete the quest, and you could do it in Horde Rush, which is like this zombie game kind of thing. You could do any of these 8 quests here that gives you 20,000 experience for each one of them, and you can unlock this BACKBLING, which is actually 3D. It's not like 2D. And I believe the face also like reacts to things. Yeah, I mean, Fortnite giving us free stuff again. Gotta love the free stuff. On top of all of that, junk rifts were also unvaulted, and they have this chance of dropping, you know, whatever this thing is on your head. Apparently a bunch of NPCs were also added back to the game, along with Lil Whip, so he's back, probably in his ice cream shop. But now we're gonna be moving on to actual map changes because there's a lot of them. Starting up with the Logjam Junction or Logjam Lotus, Logjam Lumberyard. Yeah, I don't really know what it's called at this point, but at Logjam, the chrome has officially fully reached there, and it's insane. There's now a gigantic chrome tornado in the lake. There's chrome pillars everywhere, which you know that shit's going down if there's chrome pillars. The Tilted building has also made its way over there now, which is really strange to see that type of building over in Logjam. But you know, across from the lake there's this cabin-like place that I'm sure a lot of you has visited if you play in Chapter 3. That is also being lifted, so if you liked that cabin, it's gonna be saved. Unfortunately, though, they didn't save the little shack that is by the lake, so heading over to my favorite POI, Sleepy Sound. There has been a lot of stuff happening at Sleepy Sound the past couple of days. As you know, the entire other half of Sleepy Sound is completely taken over and really messed up by Chrome and the whole Coral Castle thing. It's just a big mess now. It's not even Sleepy Sound. But the other half of Sleepy Sound was still intact. And Chrome hasn't really reached there yet, but they're starting to just barely make it out. The fish stick factory place and the other building are now in the sky ready to move, but the hotel seems to be having some issues. It's been in the same state for a couple weeks now, and the chrome is getting dangerously close to the hotel. So will the hotel make it out in time? I guess we'll have to see in next update. But something probably a lot of us didn't notice was gonna happen was, you know, that like gigantic rich mansion that has like its own maze type bushes? Not a lot of people go there. It's not really amazing. It's like a richer version of Grim Gables. Well, that has been completely lifted just all of a sudden and is now in Sleepy Sound. So, you know, for those of you who like that house, it's on the move. But speaking of Grim Gables, some stuff changed over there and, you know, some have just not. The entire POI is exactly the same. It's still there even though Fortnite Mares is gone. Looks like it's gonna stay that way till the end of the season. So if you were hoping for Shifty Shafts to come back, doesn't look like it. And we all know that Shifty Shafts can't be saved if it's, you know, not there. Also, Shifty Shafts can't really be saved anyway since most of it's underground or in the mountain. But who knows, we may get it back in a different version in the next season or the next chapter. But the boss that was in the basement is completely gone now. The basement still exists, but the place where the ritual thing was is just covered up. So you can peacefully explore the basement now. Not sure if you go into the POI and it's still like really dark. It might be, it might not. I haven't actually played yet. But I was talking about Stranger Things at the beginning of the video, and now I'm going to mention it again because this was a huge teaser for Stranger Things. And now the famous upside down room that was in the house that really convinced everyone that they were really going with the Stranger Things has been completely replaced. It's still cut off, but it's just a regular room now. So that definitely confirms that that was a Stranger Things teaser for Fortnite Mares, and it's now gone. However, the grandfather clock is still there and it's still exactly the same, being upside down. But heading over to everyone's favorite POI, Tilted Towers has like not changed at all. The IO ship is still there picking up Tilted citizens because let's be real, Tilted's a big POI, there's gotta be a lot of people living there. But the Chrome is getting really close now. But it doesn't seem like anything else is going to be saved in the POI. The Tilted building that was originally lifted is completely far away from the POI, and it doesn't look like they're trying to save any more buildings. So expect by the end of the season for Tilted to completely be corrupted. But don't worry, they'll probably add it back in some weird way because, you know, we all love Tilted. But over at the reality tree, the DJ is now gone. The one that gave us the mythic claws and the whole party is now shut down. Obviously, the mythics are no longer obtainable. Hopefully we'll see them next year for Fortnite Mares, who knows. But I don't know, it looks like there's more pillars here than there was before. But along with Chrome affecting other POIs, it's now reached Coney Crossroads. Coney Crossroads is slowly being taken over by the Chrome and is just making a mess of things. Pillars have appeared along the POI and even completely took over an entire house and just kind of left the roof there. Kind of really shows how powerful this Chrome is. While the Lil Whip ice cream shop is officially in the air and is on the move, it doesn't seem like the Garden Center building will be making it. But my second favorite POI, Fort Jonesy, is now being destroyed. Chrome has reached there and it doesn't look like they're trying to save any of the buildings there. They do have it raised, but taking a look at Coney Crossroads, it doesn't look like raising it is going to make it better. But don't worry for the Fort Jonesy citizens because the pirate ship has made its way over there and it's picking everyone up. So if you're looking to land at the pirate ship, make sure you head over to Fort Jonesy because it's made a pit stop there. So make sure you bring some keys to go open the vault and say goodbye to the Jonesy citizens. But the POI that has lifted the most stuff in this whole apocalypse is Condo. The lighthouse is now there. The lighthouse now made its way over to Condo. Damn, that lighthouse moved fast. But along with the lighthouse, everything else is now shifting out of Condo. The only thing being left there is the whole Coliseum kind of messed up thing. And everything else in Condo is on the move. The entire hotel complex, the gas station, everything. So if you really liked Condo this chapter, you're probably going to be seeing the entire POI, so. But one thing that is quite strange is that Chonker Speedway has stayed the exact same since the season 1 of chapter 3. This is another one of my more favorite POIs because of how cool it looks, and it's more based on a raceway more than like places to land. There's no sudden cranes or anything that suggests that things are going to start lifting. Maybe the Chrome will just pass by Chonkers, but for now Chonkers is safe, so go land there while you can. But one thing that is not safe is Greasy Grove. There is an extremely little to no chance that Greasy will be saved from the Chrome. However, there isn't any Chrome there yet, but the buildings are so destroyed and disgusting that is it really worth saving. Most of the buildings and houses there are half torn apart, and the main building, the whole taco place, is raised up in the air. But also another POI that they really aren't doing anything with is Rocky. Now, Rocky's an interesting POI because most of it isn't buildings. Rocky Reels was originally taken from Risky Reels back in the OG seasons, and it's basically themed after this drive-up movie theater type thing. And that's really cool, and now it's been put in like the desert place, so it's now Rocky Reels. So most of it does have to do with the ground and the fact that it's cars going to see a movie rather than the buildings around it. So Chrome has reached there, and it doesn't look like anything's going to be saved here. When we first got introduced to Chrome, we noticed that it had a healing ability. It can heal cars, it can heal yourself. So can it heal the Devourer? So people were hoping that when the Chrome finally reached there, it would maybe somehow bring the monster back to life, perhaps. Personally, I thought this was so far-fetched because it's a skeleton that's like trying to bring a completely destroyed car back to life. It's just not happening. But to confirm that, Fortnite went the whole mile to completely pass the Devourer's grave. 2 Chrome pathways have completely swerved around the skeleton and are heading to Tilted Towers. So watch out, Tilted, because in the next update, it's probably going to be chromed. This was a really huge map update for the game, and I kind of really enjoy the map changes because you're playing on the map. You're going to experience it wherever you are. That's going to be wrapping things up for this video. I will do a separate video actually playing in the update, obviously. Just so much has changed in this update that I wanted to make an informational video before I made an actual gameplay video. Let me know in the comments some of your theories on what's going to happen next on the Fortnite island, and I'll see you in the next one.